Rolling. Take one of cottage to a tent. Okay, are you ready? What does this cottage mean to you?
This is home. It feels like a very special place. I think it's a place that...
Has it become home?
Yeah, definitely. It is home. It's not just a house that I'm living in. Feeling that sense of that sense of sanctuary in that building, and I feel very connected to it, and I think I will remember living here and all that we've done here and the things that this being in this house has enabled us to do.
Two years ago, a medical issue came to light just before leaving on a round-the-world cycle. The trip is put on hold and we need somewhere to temporarily rent here in the UK whilst we wait for a hospital operation. Our budget is low, we just want somewhere close to the hills. And then, one day, Sarah tells me she's found a little cottage actually in the Lake District National Park that we could somehow afford. And that she was travelling to the other end of the country to view it. What did you think of the cottage when you first came to visit it, before we moved in?
Good question. It's cold. There's a lot of mouse poo. Can I see us living here? Just practically, it's 8 miles to a train station. We don't drive, there's no supermarket, there aren't sort of amenities close by, and I guess I thought, can we live here? Even the taxi driver and people on the train were like, you won't live here without a car, you won't last 1 week.
We knew there'd be difficulties, but it was surrounded by so much beauty, it just didn't seem like an experience we could pass up. It would be the adventure between adventures. I saw 6 old photos from the estate agents and we moved in a few weeks later. So it wasn't plain sailing at first, but within 18 months this house has completely changed our thoughts on houses and homes and future and adventures completely.
Completely.
So we're Josh and Sarah. We're originally from the UK, but we have always wanted to experience the world. And we love cycling. We spent our 20s exploring, taking each day as it came, completely reluctant to set routes anywhere, working and earning just enough to keep moving. We had no savings, but no real commitments either. Nothing that would anchor us to one place. Just a carefree couple with constantly itchy feet. And we didn't get to where we intended to get to.
Nope.
But I guess that's how we found here. And there's been this dream trip that's kept our feet itchy for the best part of a decade. A bike trip around the world. It might seem like a crazy idea, but we thought moving here was bonkers, and that turned out pretty damn well. We've attempted this ride twice before. Now we've been waiting almost 2 years for a hospital operation so we could make attempt number 3. But a lot has changed since then. We have always had to travel for nature and adventure. But here, for the first time, it was right on the doorstep. Our younger selves would have grown restless wandering familiar landscapes, but now, these peaks felt more special over time as we connected with them. It was like going to visit old friends up in the hills. It opened our eyes to the opportunities here in the UK, and the possibility of creating an outdoor life in one place. And then at the end of each day we could go back to what was starting to feel like a refuge. You ready?
Yeah, ready.
The cottage was old, the winter was cold, and without a car, cycling in bad conditions could be tedious. But we felt lucky every single day since moving in. There's just so much beauty around us, and for 2 people who thrived off diversity, we settled into this minimal lifestyle surprisingly quickly. You've got work
We've
starting
got
at
work.
11 a.m.
Yeah, soon.
The time is now.
Time is now 9:04.
So we're going to quickly rush out for a morning sled.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Our dream had always been an open plan, an open schedule, and a big open map. But here we were realising these mini adventures were pretty cool too. I don't function very well without breakfast.
Right.
I think we've always thought of adventure as this big, full-on, long-term, full committal thing. And since we've been here, we've realised it really doesn't have to be. We've been filling these small moments in and between, a normal working life with just little bits of outdoor experiences. And they've been amazing. They've filled us with so much inspiration for the rest of the day. Don't always have to be really hardcore and exhausting. And since we've been here, this is our first longer term base ever. It's given us a lot more time and the space to work on our online projects. Our passion for filmmaking has just gone through the roof, and it's amazing to see things, now we're able to put time into it, slowly starting to gain momentum. Gradually, we're working towards our dream of both filmmaking full-time together, and we'd found ourselves a warm community too. Excited?
Yeah, I am quite excited.
Funnily, Potato Day had become a really memorable part of living here. It was all about sowing seeds and setting roots.
I will miss it a lot.
Feeling part of a community, surrounded by familiar faces. Things you can really miss when you're on the move. It also signified the end of winter and the coming of longer, brighter days. But this year had a bittersweet feeling, both aware we wouldn't be here to reap the rewards from the garden.
56.50 please. Thank you.
So I've got some potatoes I'm going to plant for whoever the new tenants are, and then I got some radishes and some tomatoes for my mum.
This place, although the winter and the kind of harder spring and autumn is really special, this place really comes into its own in warmer weather with longer days when all the garden starts coming to life. I think we're both aware that we're just getting to the point where this house really comes into its own, and we're going to be leaving it right at that point, but we're going to make the most of it until then.
What have they got?
Wild garlic. This is, for me, is the beginning of spring. Garden is something that we really enjoyed whilst being here, and although we won't be here for the spring and summer, we thought we would plant some potatoes so then whoever moves in has an abundance of potatoes to enjoy.
Very quickly, this house became more than just somewhere to wait for a hospital operation. It was now filled with memories and experiences that had been shared with friends and family. Roots had been set and it felt really good. That restless feeling we'd always known was off somewhere in the distance. Here we felt connected, safe and happy. All these little elements fall into place and you realise this house has become a home, with 2 fluffy additions to it. At the beginning of autumn last year, we started hearing little meows around the garden. After a bit of searching, we found 2 tiny feral kittens in a shed with an extremely protective mum watching over them. Really sadly, 2 weeks after we found them, the mum got hit by a car on a nearby road. Local shelters couldn't take them in, but said the best thing was to try and domesticate them so they could be rehomed. So that's what we set out to do 6 months ago, and we called them Shabba and Natty, these 2 little faces we'd occasionally see poking around the corner. They were, and still are, completely inseparable, but were terrified of people, noises or sudden movements. But gradually they spent more time in the house and things slowly started to change.
We could rent a room and watch the stars dance round the moon. Fall asleep to the sounds of the sea. You walk by my side, it's such a sweet night. Escape this time with me.
We are 2 huge animal lovers, but it's a commitment we've never been able to make moving around so often. We feel damn lucky to have brought these 2 scared kittens in from the cold and watched them grow into such beautifully warm cats. Now our friends will be giving them a loving new home together where we can check up on them, but it will be damn hard to see them go. I think that they have been a huge part of what has made this place feel like a home. It'll be sad to see them go. We feel so lucky for this existence that we found. It's like nothing we've ever experienced before and might never get the chance to experience again. But that hospital operation we've been waiting on, the one that's been keeping us in the country, well, that happened a few months back. The first time I came to the Lake District, you've been here as a kid,
Yeah.
but the first time I came, and definitely the first time we came together, we hiked the Cumbria Way, which is
Yeah.
about 5 years ago. Cumbria Way goes from the north of the Lake District all the way to the south, and we literally walked on this footpath right next to
Yeah.
this dry stone wall.
Sort of up over High Pike and down and round and through this valley. I don't
And-
think we saw a single person the whole time we were walking through it.
And we kind of joked that, yeah, we would, if it would be lovely to live in the Lake District, how amazing it would be to live in the Lake District. And then we ended up moving to the Lake District, living about 4 miles from the footpath that we hiked on.
Yeah.
And then the first bike ride we did
Yeah.
was along here towards the route called the back of Skidder, and it just blew us away.
It just felt so remote, and we were just absolutely spoiled with these landscapes.
And just thinking that that was now on our doorstep. We had
Yeah.
always had to travel
All the opportunities.
for outdoor, for the outdoors and nature. We'd always had to travel, and now this was from the front door. This is definitely the most comfortable we have ever felt in
Yeah,
our life.
I think so.
It's the most secure, most security we've ever had.
Most attachment to a place, I think, as well. Most sense of belonging and it being feeling like home.
And there's this massive part of me which is like, let's just get a dog and let's just really set roots and let's really do it. But then we're here in places like this. There's so much beauty here,
Yes.
but really made me aware that this is such a small part of the UK, and the UK is such a small part of the world, and how much beauty there is all around the world. And if we get way too comfortable, we'll never
Experience it.
get a chance to experience it.
Yeah.
And that terrifies me. We could stay here and we could be really, really happy.
Yeah.
We could grow old and we could have dogs and we could maybe even have kids and we could have maybe more than one bike each.
The dream!
I love how I've included that with kids and dog. We could be really, really happy, but I think for both of us, if we were on our deathbed and
Yeah,
we hadn't
yeah.
cycled around the world,
100%.
we wouldn't be content and we wouldn't be fulfilled, and there would be this big part which was missing.
Yeah, I
Just-
think we'd feel a lot of regret.
Yeah.
Oh, the smell of onions. Smell of onions in the hills.
God, it smells good. So we're going to leave the familiarity, we're going to leave comfort and security and reliability and stability for a tent, leave the cottage for a tent, for the unknown, for every single day a new experience, a new place, constant movement and changes and excitement and variety and diversity, and that's the plan. And so that's our plan. I got discharged from hospital at the beginning of the year, and we're going to be leaving this beautiful cottage and these incredible hills to live in a tent and explore the world.
Good.
So much is going on. That's always been the dream, and it's always been the plan. Good. But all those attachments we've spent life trying to avoid, well, that just went out the window. We are damn excited for this next chapter in life, but for the first time, leaving will be really, really hard. You home. First drinks of the house. Fire going.
Warming up.
Warming up.
Yeah, I feel really cold. Spring.
Ready.
Help me! Cool. Oh. Yeah. Happy planting. Thank you so far.
Oh my god. Halloween 2023. Fireworks 2023. It's all worked out.
Yeah.
1 year since we've been here.
It's really rainy. Oh yeah.
And we're not leaving just yet. We've still got heaps of planning and preparing to do, more UK landscapes to explore, but there's just so much going on here behind the scenes, and we wanted to be able to share it with you. Moving here has been the biggest adventure we never expected, and there've been a huge mix of emotions making this video. But life has shown us time and time again that it's unpredictable and often short-lived. We have always dreamed of cycling the world, and as crazy as it might seem, now is the time to make it happen. Thank you so much for watching, whether this is the first video or whether you've been here for quite some time.
Yeah, we're really, really happy you found us, and we really hope that you'll stick around too for the big adventure on the horizon.
It's going to be very sad leaving, but we are so excited
Yeah.
for this next big, wild, constantly moving
Big
adventure chapter and to take you along for the ride. So thanks for watching, and we will catch you next time.
See you then. Bye.